Today we are going to focus on how we can check the history data of a farm and just follow the process using satellite imaging from planting until harvesting. I'm concentrating on this area of Endebess, which is in Trans-Nzoia County. I don't know the specific farm, so I've just picked a random farm from the satellite data and I'm going to move it. What I've seen is that I'm going to follow this article that says farmers in Trans-Nzoia County have been asked to plant their crops for the season between March 15th and April 14th. So these are the dates that we're going to focus on. And also we note that the maize in this region takes approximately 7 to 8 months. So that means you are going to look, let us start our journey at March 15th. So I'm just going to pick one area of land, or you can decide to pick 3 areas of land. So I'm going to add a field. I'm not sure if I pick 1 field or 2 fields. Okay, let us pick 2 fields. We'll pick these 2 fields and assume it's 1. So right now I'm drawing my map of the area. Good thing is that with Kenya you can notably see the boundaries if you have a clear image. So if taken at that area, we see the field is 75.6 hectares. That's quite a big field. I'm not sure, maybe we should reduce it to 1 field. No, let us leave it as 2. Okay. So I'm going to use a previous season. Let's put 2021. So in date we are going to put it as March. Let's see, March 15th to April. So let's put it at April 14th. It will be better. April, January, February, March, April. Yeah, let us put it as with the start of April. Let's put it 5th. Okay. Okay, since we have it there, we're going to look at April. So we're going to do May, June, July, August, September, October. So let's put the harvesting date as October. Let's put it, let's give it October 14th. Notes. You can say checking maize season in Endebess, Trans-Nzoia. Crop name, we're going to put maize, corn as it is popularly known as. Corn, crop name. Corn. Early, I think we're gonna say late maturing. Can add a group name here. We can say research. Okay. Then we can now save this. So we have saved the field. So we can now come to monitoring. How did we name the field? I think field 11, it is here. We can select it and get all the analytics. So you can see the field is here. Expand this. What I'm going to do, I'm going to split it into 2 sections so that you can be able to compare. So for this area we can put it October 3rd. Okay, I like what I'm seeing. October 23, 2021. And then this other side, you can come and look. We'll come now to March. Okay, you can see as the changes bear. So March 7th, so I think they did not plant in March. Because if you look at March, here's what we see, which basically indicates we use this index. Open soil most of the time, so yeah, I believe planting had been done. So can we come April 11, the same. Okay, good. I like what you're seeing here. If you look at April 16th, the whole farm is there, but as we move towards 26th, we can notice that some spots, the colors have started changing. So I think this person either planted before this other one. You can look at some of our indices here, so we can start with Reiki. Okay, let me take that back again. Reiki is an index of photosynthetic activity of a vegetative cover sensitive to the content of chlorophyll in the leaves. Since the level of chlorophyll is directly related to the... No, sorry, I think, yeah, this is the right one. It's an index that allows you to determine the presence of vegetation in the early stages of emergence, when there is a lot of bare soil. So this is what we'll use in this area. I'm sorry. Good thing you can see there are no homes in this land, it's just a piece of land. So while it loads, okay, good. So we are looking at this. This is April 26, 2021. So if we were to go back, April 11th, and if we look at our guide here, we can be able to tell that, yes, you can see, yes, we actually, perfect, I love this. If you look at this, it says bare soil. We don't have any bare soil. Emerging, nothing is emerging. Sprouts. So out of these two lands, you can see that most of the area 10 hectares are actually under sprouts. I really love this. This is data, satellite data imaging speaking to us. Let us go to April 1st and see what we have here. We are going to ignore this bit for a while, okay? So you can ignore this. We see sprouts again. 12, 18 hectares, 13 hectares, those are on sprouts. Okay. Just to remind you, this is a random farm I've picked from the satellite imaging. Yes, so we can see here on March 22nd, 2021, we had 10 hectares under sprouts. 10 hectares of sprouting. So what I can do, I can just take this 0.04 to 0.06. Let us see 0.04 to 0.06. I think I'm going to, okay, no, let us continue, no problem. 0.25. So these are some maize that really got well. If we can check our map, I'm really excited by this. 0.27 moderate vegetation. I don't know why, it could be some weeds, I believe. If we go back to March 12th, remember from the article we saw that farmers are between March 15th and April 14th. Okay. Sorry for that. Okay, back now, we are back. We see some sprouts also in March 12th. So I think the perfect date we can use is this, March 22nd. We can use March 22nd. Yes. You see, we had 3, you can actually use the percentage and say 4% of this farm had sprouts, so let's use hectares. Sprouts 3.27 hectares. Okay, go again, that is 5 days later. We check if that does change. We see 10%, 10.4 hectares on sprouts. Come again here. We see 13.42 hectares are now on sprouts. So you can see we see progress every 5 days. We are able to get progress every 10 days. Again, 10 hectares is on sprouts again. So you can see the level has started going up. The levels have started going up, yeah? So again, let me close this here. And there are times you find that your machines run low because we don't have any data. Let me connect my give me a short minute, please. I'm going for a break. Okay, we can proceed. My laptop had run out of charge, so we can proceed. So we are looking at, I want you to watch these pictures. You can observe the images and also check out the hectares under moderate vegetation as we go on. So we're talking, this is about 1 month after planting. You can see every week, every 10 days we have some progress, yeah? We're just comparing with, okay, yeah? So you can see sprouts. Sprouts are now decreasing in number. You can see now it's basically the low vegetation numbers are going up. Let us jump 2 weeks into May 1st. May 1st, 2021. What we notice is that this one field either was planted early. So you see here, it actually tells you what to do. Better to use NDVI, yeah? For fields that once you notice the figures are 0.721, but We don't have any as of yet, so we are still doing well while using this. Just a reminder, modified soil adjusted vegetation index is an index that allows you to determine the presence of vegetation in the early stages of emergence when there is a lot of bare soil. The index minimizes the effect of bare soil on the display of vegetation maps based on the index. You can build a map for differential fertilizer application in the early stages of crop growth. What you're going to do, we are going to use to switch. I think we're going to switch to Reiki. This actually shows us the levels of nitrogen in the field, so I believe we are good. We started April, we are on May. Let us go now. Let us change our view to Reiki. What Reiki does, I have my Kenya here. Reiki checks on nitrogen levels. Yeah. Let's see if we are at a position to use it at the moment. We can see a lot of reds, a bit of greens. I believe we are not ready to check for fertilizer use, so we are going to move back to Msavi. Okay, so we are in May 2021. Let us jump all the way to, let us come to this, May 21st. Check out these two fields. Okay, I want to change this so that you can see. Let me check what we should be using here. NDRE, okay, NDRE. Let us switch this to NDRE. Remember, on this we are comparing this area. We are comparing the harvest period. We are comparing the harvest period with the growth period. So finally, okay, we are on this still. This is around, we started in April, so 1 month after planting. So this is 1 month, 2 months after planting. Yeah, let us compare now the two figures. You see, currently we have no sprouts. Sprouts only cover 0.29 hectares. Sparse vegetation covers 0.72 hectares. And if we look at this, you see we can look at the figure 0.15. Sparse vegetation. Some a bit of sprouts on this edge. So what I can tell from this is that if we compare these two farms, remember I picked two farms. This person either planted earlier on, because you can actually notice the difference. If you go to March, you can see the image here. There's a bit of difference. Yeah. So let's go to your current date, which is May 2021. May 2021, those are the figures that we have. Those are the figures we have for May. Dense vegetation, definitely, if we look at the figure 0.5, 0.6, most of this area. So we can actually divide these farms. I can actually tell you from 0.25, 0.4. You can actually say this farm on the right is represented by these figures. Let us follow it up. So we still don't need, this is actually our perfect. We can go and check, let's pull it for, let's go to June field. Again, the same picture. Let us check our hectares and how they relate to this. Whoa, this is really, so you can say from -1 all the way to low vegetation. Currently the only place with low vegetation is 0.01 hectares. Yeah, so I think it's only a small section, but if we compare to this other side, this farmer is doing great. This farmer was actually having a time of his life, knowing that my crop is doing well. Now I'd like us to switch so that we go and check on the nitrogen levels in these two fields. Nitrogen levels. The red edge chlorophyll index is an index of photosynthetic activity of a vegetative cover sensitive to the content of chlorophyll in the leaf. Those who did your science and agriculture can be able to relate with this. The index allows you to identify the areas of the field that have yellowed or faded leaves, which may require additional fertilizer application. Yeah? So, moving on swiftly. Whoa, this is actually great. Before I look at that, you can see all these areas. Either this crop is really late or this farmer did not use fertilizer. And for this other farmer, we can see spots of low nitrogen levels. Low nitrogen levels, yeah? Yes. So let us keep on. Okay, let us go to the figures. Break. So to measure Reiki, you can be able to tell from 0 to 150, that's poor. Let's come 0 to 150. 0 to 150. So you can see that 0.27 hectares are actually the crops in that area are performing poorly. You can be able to look at all this. Anything below, we can actually say anything below 2 is not doing well. Yes. So you can see the red areas, the red areas, the red areas. So you just look at the colors. The more red it is, it means that. Okay, let us come up again. Let us concentrate on 150 to 350 is medium, 150 to 350, 150 to 350. The second farmer needed to do something in his crop. Average 350 to 6. 350 to 6. Okay, not bad. 6 to 8 above average. Let us see this. 6 to 8. Whoa. Okay. We can see, we can already tell which farmer is going to have a good harvest in between these two, unless something happens, but this farmer will harvest more than this other farmer. Let us go to 5 days. Remember, you receive a report every 5 days. We can see the same pattern. Whoa. This farm is performing really well. 16.76 hectares. We can already divide this farm apart from one area where I think he has an issue. This farm is doing perfectly well apart from this midsection here. We do see some improvement in this area also where we have high figures. Yeah. For the sake 10 days later. I think I went back a bit here. I'm not so sure what happened. Let's check this. Okay, yeah. June 10th. June 20th. Whoa. Something is wrong. Something is wrong. Something is wrong. June 20th. We see something getting wrong. Nitrogen levels all of a sudden have gone low. Remember what we had in this? Yeah? The figures. Okay, something must have happened. Let us go 5 days later. Whoa, this kind of stresses me out. Okay, we started in, let's say, April, May, June, then June, and July, August, September, October. Are we mid-season? Could be we are mid-season, but let's keep looking. Okay, we can see that any figures that are above 6, so all these are above 6. Yeah, we can still see the difference, the two farms, quite a huge difference. Not much change on June 30th, but you can have a look. Then let's come to July 20th. July 20th, you can see this. I believe this is an issue of fertilizer application. I really can't rule out anything else. Yeah. I'm sure if these people were to add more fertilizer, another good thing is that we can actually select an area and let the farmer go check. Maybe it was pests, maybe there are diseases in that area. Oh no, we're on Reiki. Yes. Can we now move to NDVI? I think since we are mid-season, we can now move to this. Perfect. NDVI checks plant health mid-season, so we can check both of these. NDVI, so we can see anything in between 0.33 to 1. So if we come to 0.33, no, that will be too low. What you're going to look at is plant health mid-season. 0.33 to 0.66 is okay. 0.33 to 0.6, and you can be able to see these areas very well. Yeah. Okay, not much of a problem. Let us move to July 30th. Okay, we have some issues around this area. It doesn't give a very good picture. There is sparse vegetation. I want to try to pick this, just a screenshot of this, so that we can refer to it, NDVI, and then I move to Reiki, remember, checking on nitrogen levels. Reiki is a bit scary. If you notice these areas where we spotted before, this area is what we have here at 2. The whole of this area also still. Okay, there's some clouds. These are clouds, so ignore this. If we look at these areas, so now that's the beautiful work of using satellite imaging. You can actually notice these differences. Okay, let us come to August 4th. Whoa, this farm is perfect. This farm is perfect. Yeah, quite a number of changes from what we had before. If we were to move up again to our indices in NDVI, so that to check plant health, I want us to compare with what we had before. Oh, perfect. This person has really done a good job. Either fertilizer was applied during that period, because you can see most of the land is actually moderate vegetation. The vegetation is doing well, everything is perfect. This is the information that a farmer needs to be able to know how the farm is running. If you're based in Nairobi, if you're based in another country and you have a farm, you can actually be able to check in the progress. Because you see, I want us to know the difference. July 30th. This is July 30th. Yeah? This is July 30th. What figures do we have here? Yeah, I'm going to take another screenshot of this. July 30th. Just concentrate on these figures. July 30th. First, second, third, fourth, in 5 days time. In 5 days time. Look at it. Dense vegetation. We did not have anything under dense vegetation. Yeah, 0.75. Right now we have over 4, 5, 6, over 60 hectares on dense vegetation. Okay, let us look at moderate vegetation. Dense vegetation, yeah. So here we had no dense vegetation. This growth is massive, 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 massive. I love this. This is massive. Whoa. Okay, let us move to 15 days later. Whenever there is no clear satellite image, you are not able to get, or it's really cloudy, you are not able to get good images, so it will be left blank. Okay, let us look at this again. NDVI. You can see most of the farmlands areas are under dense vegetation. Perfect for the farmer. Yeah. Out of curiosity, let me just check the weather. August 19th, 2021. August 19th, 2021. Transdoya. Okay, August 19, 2021. August 2022, no? Take us to 2021. August. I don't know what that means, really. I know I'm not saying that we had rains. To look for another better weather indices. Okay, yeah, perfect. August. Where are the rains, man? I don't see no precipitation. Okay, I'm gonna give up on that. Let us continue. So August, so remember September, October, we are about 2 months to harvest. Yeah, we are about 2 months to harvest. I believe the farm is doing perfectly. The farmer needs not to be worried. August 29, we need to check on something. Okay, August 29. Can you switch a bit and go to see the nitrogen levels in this farm? I see a bit of problems. It doesn't move much to August 19th. August 4th looks fine apart from a few areas. August 19th. Remember, we switched now. We are looking at the healthiness of this crop, nitrogen levels. nitrogen levels. Yeah, nitrogen level. So you can see there's an issue here. Allow me to take a screenshot again. You can see a lot of fertilizer issues in this area. Actually, let's see this area. I'm not an artist, so don't mind me. You can see there are a bit around the edge of this fence. You can see a few issues here with nitrogen. So what this farmer needs to do to increase the yields, he has to visit the field. And when we look at that area, then we come and look again at how the vegetation is. We still get the same picture. August 29th, you see these areas, let me open this up. You see these areas here is where we have low figures. You see all this zero, moderate vegetation is from this area. Could be a pest or something that has the leaves, so someone needs to go around and check so that we maintain a good harvest. So now, since we're in September, we are going to introduce another feature, yeah? Which now focus on the second screen. We are going to look at this. Oh, we forgot to use one thing to check on water stress. NDMI, moisture indices, yes. Crops water stress level, yeah. So this is just have a quick look. Water levels, is there stress in this area? Do we have issues with water level from the soil to the plants? Okay, perfect. Can move on. I'm looking at, what am I looking at? Okay, we are looking at water level stress. Let me just do this again. NDMI. Normalized different moisture index describes the crop's water stress levels and is calculated, blah blah blah. Okay, so let us check. Wow, NDMI. Okay, so you can see most of the crops have no water stress levels. I believe we are good. I believe we have good, unless from such areas where we have some stress levels of water. Allow me to dig into something, just give me a minute or two. I confirm my figures. Okay, we are back. Now we are looking at the water stress levels. So here's where we are looked. So as I mentioned, the NDMI is checking the moisture, the level of water stress in the plants. I'm going to pull up this little note of paper so we can see. This is how you interpret anything below 0.01. This one shows no, absent, almost absent canopy cover. And I believe when we look at this farm, we don't see anything like that. Everything is between 0.00 to 0.10, 0.1. Yeah, very low canopy cover. Okay, we are back. So what we are going to concentrate is on this mid-high canopy cover, high water stress, or average canopy cover, low water stress, 0.2, 0.4. So we see we are not in that area. No water stress, 0.4, 0.6. This is perfect, 0.4, 0.6. So yeah, I believe we are doing good. There is not much of water stress. No water stress, water logging 0.8 to 1. Yeah, there's no water logging in the farm, so that's perfect. No water stress, 0.6, 0.8, 0.6, 0.8. Okay, we can check this on September 13th, so that we just compare. We are comparing between these two. See again, everything lies between 0.30 0.3, 0.2, 0.3, 0.2. Okay. So I believe we have no major concerns to check when it comes to that. So we're going to check on vegetation cover during September. Something else that you can utilize is the NDRE. Now you can come to this side, NDRE. So here we're looking at towards the end of the season. Okay. We want us to go to NDRE. We are going to check what happens near harvesting. Yeah. NDRE. Let us move to NDRE. And there is our form. These are the figures that we have. Most of the form. Okay, can be able to check that. NDRE. We don't have any bare soil, so we are doing well. 0.2, 0.6, unhealthy plants, 0.2, 0.6. So we have a number. Okay, we have crops that are not mature, 0.2, 0.6. Yeah. 0.6, 0.6 to 1. So the farm is not ready for harvest. From what you can see, we still have some areas that are not ready for harvest. So we are going to ignore that. September 23rd, 10 days later, 10 days later, 10 days later. Let us see what we have 10 days later, 10 days later. Again, the figures have changed. .621. Nothing is mature yet for harvest. Less than 0.3. Here we have unhealthy plants, less than 0.3. I want us to check something. Let me now bring this to September 23rd so that you're on the same page. NDRE. Let us move to NDVI to check the vegetation cover. Is there an issue with the vegetation cover? Here we see the same picture. See? We have an issue here with the vegetation on this end. 0.45. You see we are having sparse vegetation. Has harvesting taken place? Still doing good. 0.35. Put up this to 0.45. Okay, there must be something happening in this farm. Let us look at the nitrogen levels from this end. Nitrogen levels. Quite a big issue. Quite a big issue. Quite a big issue when it comes to nitrogen levels. See all these areas? Yeah? Can also follow up from this other side, you see? The areas that have issues, all these areas. I believe if some fertilizer would have been applied earlier. Let us move this to October 3rd. Then we look October 3rd. We are looking for a figure 0.6 to 1, 0.6, 0.6, 0.6, no. No, this, I don't think this season ended well. I doubt this season ended well. Go back to NDVI. Okay, we're back. I see dense vegetation has come up. Let me move this to October 18th. And you're going to see the difference. Do you have mature crops ready for harvest? I don't mind this, yeah. We have, let me check the fertilizer levels. There was quite some issues with nitrogen. And the VI looks good. Not really. You see these areas? They have an issue. Yeah? So we're trying to look at what is really negative 1, 0.2. We don't have anything there. 0.6 to 1 are good values indicating healthy mature ripening. 0.6, we are still not there. I don't see any 0.6, so let's come to October 23rd. Okay, we see some areas being ready for harvest. And the RE again. Need 0.6, 0.6. Yeah, unfortunately our period ends. But if we look at this, we see that the vegetation is fine. Nitrogen levels during harvest. Let us look at this. Nitrogen levels during harvest. A bit, but definitely I'd say this farmer did a really good job, because you can see the nitrogen levels are really good. So we'll get healthier maize. We'll have very good crops. So here it is now. We're on October 23rd. Anything between 6 to 10. Anything between 6 to 10. You can see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Yeah, anything between 6. Anything between 6. So these are perfect crops, good nitrogen levels in the middle, good nitrogen levels. I'd really like to see how this ended up, because these nitrogen levels are not great at all. These are really, so I'm going to go back to my one image. Perfect, you see, this shows the leaf development all through. Yeah, let us start again. Just let me give you a summary. So we started this journey in March. Let's go to March 12. March 12, February 13. I just want to take this back. October 31st. Let's take this back. So definitely, this was at the start of the season. You can be able to monitor 30, 50, 70 to 80. So I think that's all for today. Current weather is this. Just a brief. After that session, I'm going to take you through. I want to take you inside satellite crop monitoring platform. I believe you've learned a thing or two. Just an overview. Key features of crop monitoring. You can be able to tell the crop health analytics when you are checking the leaves. You can be able to get the weather data. Notification, you can get a notification every week. Scouting, you saw the areas that had issues. We can be able to send someone with those coordinates so that they can check field activity log. Yeah, you can plan the whole season from planting to when fertilizers need to be applied. You can get maps, you can get a data manager. Then this is what we've looked at, monitor crop health. Yeah, remember when we are looking at all these, NDRE, MSAVI, RECI, NDMI. Yeah, you can be able to check quite a number of factors: the weather, how the leaves are growing, growth stages, the trends. And the same thing, you are looking all the things that we were comparing. You can be able to tell poor seedlings how they are during that sprouting stage. Satellite monitoring allows for early and more accurate problem area detection. You remember when you are comparing certain areas, on-field change notification, problem area detection, scout reports, mobile app. Yeah, you have a mobile app that you can download too. You can organize your farm, planting, fertilization, tillage, spraying. Now you can be able to just have the farm on a day-to-day basis. And that's all. Let's hope you all all had a good time, and I'll do this once more. Thank you. This is Charles from Future Sims Technologies. Have a great day, have a great morning, have a great Christmas season.